Now, you would have seen recently Mark Rutte, the head of the chief general of NATO, turn around and say that the populace needs to prepare, Europe needs to prepare for a war on the
Right.
scale of our grandparents and our great grandparents. That's World War II, World War One. You had Emmanuel Macron stand up. I don't know if you saw this, and you had the soldiers behind him, and one soldier just walked off when he said that you have to be ready to lose your children for the sake of war. We've had Keir Starmer come out at the same time and say we need to get ready on a war footing. They are pushing for this idea that Russia would invade the UK. That makes no sense whatsoever, right? And I don't think any evidence has been supplied for this, but this is what's happening. Again, the catalyst to this has been peace talks that Donald Trump has brought in, because he brings that in. That takes away the economic answer that Europe was finding through war. So they want to sound the war drums. Now we know that wars and rumors of wars will continue. Matthew 24 tells us so. And then I've heard people say to me, well, there's no mention of a third world war within scripture. You're right. And there was no mention of World War One or World War Two. Now you could allude to World War One and World War Two, but I think you can allude to World War III as well. So I think war's coming. We've seen so many member states of the EU turn around and talk about, they're not calling it conscription, they're calling it a reintroduction of compulsory national service, right? You can call a potato, or you can call it a tomato, I don't care. It's still a potato. The truth of this is I think we're coming to this point. I'd always marked 2026 or at the latest 2027 as the time of an expanded war. Now, they need that for the change of the economic system more than anything else. Not so
Yeah.
much for the digital IDs, but to change the economic system. I believe they need that. I think that one of the things that you'll see in 2026 is obviously the continuation of inflation, things like that.